The Fox 61 News at 10 starts now.
Shooter shot in a cowardly, dastardly act targeting the best of America. Heroes willing to serve in Washington, D.C., serve for people they don't know and they've never met.
Yeah, we're following this breaking news now at 10. Two West Virginia National Guardsmen are fighting for their lives in a Washington hospital. They were shot this afternoon.
And in response to that shooting, President Trump has ordered 500 more troops to the nation's capital. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Harden.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. We just learned less than 2 hours ago the suspect is 29-year-old Ramanullah Lankanwal from Washington State. He appears to have immigrated to the U.S. from Afghanistan in 2021.
All right, now the shooting happened in broad daylight just blocks away from the White House. Maribel Gonzalez has the latest details on the investigation.
A chaotic scene in our nation's capital Wednesday afternoon. Video shows police giving CPR to a downed National Guardsman next to a shattered bus stop shelter. A second troop seen on the ground surrounded by police.
I heard the shots and I just hid behind the chairs over there.
The two guardsmen shot and critically wounded in an apparent targeted attack while they were performing high visibility patrols near the White House. Officials say the guardsmen engaged in gunfire with the suspect prior to being shot.
At this point, we have no other suspects. We have reviewed video from the area. It appears, like I said, to be a lone gunman that raised the firearm and ambushed these members of the National Guard.
Multiple law enforcement sources say the shooter's ID matches a man from Washington State who appears to have immigrated here from Afghanistan in 2021. But note they are still working on additional confirmation.
I think the biggest question right now is to understand a more kind of rich picture, understanding who this person is and what their potential connections might be.
Following the shooting, President Donald Trump filed an emergency order to keep the National Guard in D.C. and send 500 more troops. This after a federal judge last week ruled the deployment was illegal. Maribel Gonzalez, Fox 61.
And we have full coverage of this story on Fox 61 Plus, our free streaming platform. Just download Fox 61 Plus right now on your Amazon, Apple, or Roku TV.
We are also following breaking news in New Haven tonight, where a man is dead after being hit by a car. New Haven police say Boston Post Road is shut down from Marginal Drive to LOT Grasso Boulevard. Police say the driver stayed on scene. Police are on scene as well, investigating, and are asking drivers to avoid the area for now. If you need to travel through, please just use an alternate route until that road reopens.
And we're also following some breaking news in Newington. Our crew's on the scene of what appears to be a serious crash there. Right now, Feene Road is closed between West Hill Road and El Grasso Boulevard. Our crew spoke with a neighbor who says he saw the back of a car being cut to extricate someone. We've reached out to police for more details. Once we get those details, of course, we'll pass them on to you.
All right, time for a look at the weather now. Very mild Thanksgiving Eve, but some big changes could be coming soon.
Yeah, it was so warm out there, Sam, that my neighbor was putting up his Christmas lights, and I thought that's a really good idea. If you have the day off, can't get better weather than today. It was just really mild.
Not going to get better from here on out anyway, right?
No, that's what I told him. Good idea.
That's right. It's going to chill down in a big way in the next couple of days. And we're getting a little band of showers now rolling on through as advertised during the news at 5 and 6, of course. And here it is. We have mostly light rain, a little bit of a yellow blob there, so a little moderate rain going on there, Wyndham. But this system is moving along, and out to the back, there's the colder air with the snow showers. We won't get any snow showers tonight, maybe on Friday, but that's really about it. I don't want to get ahead of myself about this holiday weekend. Right now, temperatures are still mild, still 51 Torrington, 56 Hartford, 54 Groton, 53 Bridgeport. Fog is starting to go away, finally, because we got the system coming in, the rain, and we got the winds picking up from the west-southwest now, and that will just clear out the atmosphere. So clears out overnight, and get ready for the Manchester Road Race and your Thanksgiving Day, starting out around 40 and kind of holding steady. It'll get brisk and cool, and it'll be a dry, pleasant Thanksgiving Day. And I'll be back in a few minutes, and we'll talk about the rest of the holiday weekend, and we'll introduce a couple of days into December on our Fox 61 7-day forecast, guys.
All right, thank you, Sam. Big news out of stores tonight. UConn football head coach Jim Mora is heading west.
Yeah, Mora's taking over the Colorado State University program as the Rams, I think that's who they are, the Rams, I think, prepare to join the new revamped Pac-12. Mora revitalized the Huskies team that had been struggling for years. When he arrived in 2022, UConn was coming off a 1-11 season. But in just 4 years, he turned the program around, stacking back-to-back 9-win seasons and delivering the school's first bowl game victory since 2009. And this year, the Huskies are headed to another bowl, their third in 4 seasons.
Randy Edsall did a pretty good job his first time here. And, you know, they beat Notre Dame. They won a major bowl game against South Carolina. Then they went to the Fiesta Bowl, and then he left. But in the years since then, once the original Big East, which was perfect for UConn, broke up, the AAC never really worked. Independent was going to be a tough road. So to do what he's done as an independent program when nobody thought it was possible, I mean, you know, he only has to revive Colorado State. He had to exhume UConn.
Now, financially, the move comes with a cost for Jim Mora. He signed a 4-year, $10 million contract last December, and now he owes UConn $1.5 million for leaving early. It's unclear what he will earn at Colorado State, but expected to be significantly more. And while UConn loses a proven winner, Mora's decision highlights how high-stakes finances drive big moves in college football these days. We'll have more on how fans are reacting in less than 30 minutes.
Well, the air horn will be going off in just hours from now. Runners are hopefully getting a good night's sleep for the Manchester Road Race, now less than 12 hours away. This year, more than 12,300 runners will participate, from Olympians to groups in costumes.
Yeah, Fox 61's Jalen Anderson is live in Manchester with what you can expect at this iconic Thanksgiving event. Jalen.
This is the calm before the storm, as they say. In 12 hours, the streets will be packed with passionate runners for the 89th Manchester Road Race. Right now, the cars are still on the road, the streets are quiet, and the rain is hitting the pavement. But this race isn't about competing, it's about making memories.
And this is what I tell people. I stayed with running, not to be an athlete. I stayed with running for the camaraderie. I love the atmosphere, and it was just meeting people.
More than 12,000 combined walkers and runners are ready to tackle 4.737 miles through Manchester. Patty Dillon, the honorary chair of this year's Manchester Road Race, says it will be an experience like no other for all involved. Rick Dyer will be volunteering in his 39th race, and he knows a thing or two of how special this day is.
You can't play football with Tom Brady. You can't shoot golf with Tiger Woods. But everybody who wants to can run with some of the greatest athletes in the world and have an absolutely fantastic time doing it on Thanksgiving Day.
For the first time, the race is focused on one cause: fighting food insecurity. Funds from the race will go to the Manchester Area Conference of Churches, Charities, and Connecticut Food Chair, the largest food bank in the state.
We all have a great event, and we all go back to a nice big turkey. Now, when we go back to after the race, we can say, yeah, we also helped other people have a great meal. So it's a good feeling to be able to be part of this.
And if you live in this area or plan to come out to the race, here's a few reminders. Parking restrictions start at midnight in 2 hours and go through 1 p.m. Road closures begin at 5 a.m. starting with Main Street between Bissell and Maple Streets, so crews can install safety barriers. Then at 5:30, Main Street will close from Center to Charter Oak Streets. And at 9 a.m., the full race route along with Interstate 384, exits 4 and 5 will be closed to traffic. Road race organizers are encouraging runners and spectators to use the free bus shuttle. Pickup will be at the Manchester Community College. Live in Manchester, Jalen Anderson, Fox 61.
All right, Jalen, thank you. And remember, Fox 61, we'll have live team coverage of the road race starting at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Our team will be there in downtown Manchester covering it all. You can watch it right here on Fox 61. We'll also be streaming the race coverage on Fox 61 Plus. You can download that on your TV and watch for free. We also have full road race coverage on fox61.com.
And on Friday, it's the Ray Crothers Blood Drive. It runs from 8:30 a.m. until 2:30 p.m. at Manchester High School. Manchester Manchester road race officials are urging all runners, walkers, and volunteers to donate a pint. If you do want to donate, you are asked to make an appointment, but walk-ins are, of course, also welcome.
We're doing some last-minute Thanksgiving shopping.
We ran out of milk and we had to come before it closes for Thanksgiving.
All right, there you hear it. Today across Connecticut, people stopped by grocery stores to pick up some last-minute items. I made a stop in myself.
So did I. I needed yeast. Yes, it's the panic shopping, right? Panic buying. Many of those stores will, of course, be closed tomorrow. Fox 61's Annette Montgomery headed to several areas to see what brought shoppers out today.
Whether it was their mom or another family member who sent them out to pick up some last-minute items, or they remembered an ingredient they were missing, these last-minute Thanksgiving shoppers decided to head into the crowded chaos in the final hours before the holiday to head to the grocery store. On Wednesday, pre-Thanksgiving shoppers were checking their list and checking it twice to make sure their Thanksgiving feast were, well, nice.
My mom sent me here because she needed some extra plantains, so and I was on my way to BJ's, so I figured it's nearby, so I just stop in and grab it for her.
Olivia Brady was one of the shoppers who headed to the Walmart on Flatbush Avenue in Hartford to make sure she had everything she needed for the multiple Thanksgiving dinners she plans on attending.
One pumpkin pie and a sweet potato pie because I didn't know which one people wanted, so I just kind of grabbed one of each.
While sisters Jolie and Elena Ogbon decided to try their luck at the Costco in New Britain.
My mom is making food for tomorrow with our family friends, so we're just preparing some last-minute things. It was a little crowded, but I think it was fine. Yeah, just the average Costco experience, always crowded here.
Although families like Irashita Rachi's new grocery stores the day before Thanksgiving would be a rush.
We ran out of milk, so we had to get milk, and we got some granola bites and clothes.
They knew Wednesday was at least better than waiting to go on Thanksgiving.
It might be crazy tomorrow, all the folks will be coming out for shopping, but today it was good.
It wasn't as chaotic as I thought it was going to be, so I was pretty much in and out.
A heads up on Thanksgiving, state law says package stores must be closed. Grocery stores cannot sell beer, and to-go drinks from restaurants are prohibited. In New Britain, Annette Montgomery, Fox 61.
All right, we have an update now to that breaking news story we brought you at the top of the show. New Haven Fire Department's assistant chief says the person who was hit and killed by a car in New Haven is a 40-year-old man. They say the call came in just before 8 this evening on Orange Avenue. New Haven police say Boston Post Road is shut down right now from Marginal Drive to LT Grasso Boulevard. Police say the driver stayed on scene, and police are on scene investigating and asking drivers to avoid that area for now. If you need to travel through, please use an alternate route until the road reopens.